Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist with Builderall. So today we are on day 3 of our Finding Clients for Your Local Business Agency series that we're working on. So before we even start prospecting, we need to have an offer. Even if we find people who need our services, we need to have something to offer them to get them interested. Okay, so what we're doing is actually creating, we've chosen a niche, so it's the lawn care industry. It is March. So I live in Indiana and springtime is coming, and we also own a lawn care business. So all of the lawn care businesses are gearing up for the season, and they're all looking for ways to promote their business. Okay. So this is a really, really important time in the lawn care industry to find clients. They are more interested now than ever, and they desperately need your services. Okay. So what we actually did was we're creating a website template, but not just a website template. We're actually integrating an entire lawn care management system in addition to their website. So we're offering basically a setup done for you business. Okay. And the cool part is the software that we're using to manage the system is free. Okay. So if you've missed any of the previous training, you can click the link in the description if you are watching somewhere else, or you can I'm sorry, if you I can't talk today. So if you are watching from somewhere on social media, you can actually click the link in the description to log in to our live webinar. There is where you'll find access to the replays. Okay, so it is free. You can just register. You get a free Builderall account, and then of course all of the training is free. But the previous trainings will be here. Okay, so once we're done with day 3, it will go here in this section. All right, so what we want to do is actually go ahead and dive in, and let's finish up this offer. And just to let you know, we've already created the whole funnel, and we've already added all the pages that we need. Now we just need to customize the home page. And we also need to create the banner that we're going to use in addition to the share images, which are actually going to be the same image. Okay, now keep in mind too that this is a website template, so we don't want to make it too specific to one business. We want to make it to where when the potential client sees the website that we're offering them, or actually this is a whole business system that we're offering them, it will not look like it will basically be congruent. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead. I've already downloaded the image. We did that yesterday. The first thing I want to do is actually pull up Canva. Okay, so I actually need to get out of this. The size that we're going to use for this banner, you can use, I like to use a custom size. So you can use 1920 for the width, or you can use 1500. If you can get away with 1500 and it doesn't pixelate your image, that's a better choice. So let's do 1500. And I usually like to start at 1000 for the height. And again, you do want to adjust that according to your image. So like I said, if it looks blurry or something like that, you maybe want to raise it, but I would not go any higher than 1920 for the width. Okay, so now that we have our blank canvas here. I'm going to go to uploads, and I've actually already uploaded the image, but if you need to upload the image to Canva, you just click upload image, and then you can choose the image and open, and then it uploads. Okay. So let's actually put the image here. And you may be asking, well, you already have the image. Why are you putting it there? You know, it was the same size, whatever. And that is because yesterday we talked about when I extracted this image from our website, the management system that we were using, it's really bright, and we want it to be congruent with our let me just show you here. We want it to be congruent with our iframe from the management system that we're using. Okay, so we want it to be congruent with this, and you see our version is much, much lighter. Okay, and the reason that we want it darker is because we want to put the text here and we want it to show up. Okay, so that's why we're going to actually edit this image to give a little tint. Now, there are several ways that you can do this on Canva. Probably the easiest way is just clicking here to choose the color and choose black. You see that actually makes it super, super black. Let's click here. And let's put this image here. We're just going to make this transparent. Okay, so let's move that there. Now we're going to adjust the transparency of our image until it looks very similar to, now it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, nobody's really going to, full on measure this, and we're going to adjust it probably to be more client specific. But let's actually just minimize this a little bit and kind of get an eye view. So it looks pretty consistent, looks dark enough. So let's download this, and we're going to call this lawn care banner. And then we'll say dark so we know the difference. Let's go ahead and download this so we can use it for our website. And I'm just going to add it to, let me see if I still have that file. Okay, so let's look for our file here. So I'm always talking about remaining or trying very hard to be organized here. So let's see, we have a folder. We actually don't need that folder, so we're just going to add this file here to this folder. Okay. So now we need a share image. Now, I'm just going to use this same exact image for the share image, but it's going to be a different size. And honestly, I have to look at this every single time. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to search share image size. And you guys can do this. I get this question so many times. What's the size of a share image? It's not Builderall specific. You can just Google what is the right share image size. And you see here, 1200 by 630 pixels. Okay, so let's go back to Canva. And let's do resize. And let's do 1200 by 630 pixels. Okay, so we're just going to resize here. And now it automatically resized the correct size. So I'm just going to change the name here to say share image so we can stay organized. And I'm going to download. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose the file. It shows it for us. So let's click save. All right, so now we should be done with Canva. Let's go back to our website here, and let's go ahead and just change all of these to our share image. But first we need to upload. So we're going to click there. Let's go to access because that's easier, and we'll click open. Now I've uploaded our share image, and I'm just going to add this image to every page. Okay, so the reason that share images are important is because if I was to, let's say I am networking and I'm talking to someone and they're like, hey, I'd love to have I'd love to have an estimate for lawn care. I could actually share them this link right here, and when it shares on social media, it's going to show whatever image is right here. So that's why it's really important. If you don't change it, it's going to default to the Builderall Obviously, that's not professional, so you want to make sure that you are representing your business in the most professional light possible at all times. Okay, so we have all of that now. We need to start editing our home page. Okay, so we've actually done everything up to this point that we really need to do. And if I grab my little our little cheat sheet that I'm working with here. Okay, we have the banner, we have the image, we have all of our colors, but there's one more thing that I actually want to do. Let's go to website page here. And this is what currently our home page looks like, okay? But if you scroll down here, you know, we have this green color here. We have all of these elements with the same green color. And what I really want to do is incorporate that into our color palette. Why? Not because we have to. If you're interested in learning more about where to find these icons and how to change them to whatever color you want to, let me pull this over. You can actually go inside our e-learning to building a website, and you can scroll down and it says tips to customizing a website template. So go there if you need help figuring out where do you find those icons, how do you change the color, and all of that. Okay, what we're going to do, since we're creating this template, is we're just going to incorporate this color. So we don't have to do all the work of, you know, looking for all of those things and changing all of this out. But to do that, I need to open up my, right now I'm in an incognito window. I need to open up a non-incognito browser. I'm going to paste the link here, and what I want to do is use that same tool that we used yesterday to figure out what color this is. I don't know just by looking, but I can choose the exact hex code of this color by using this Chrome extension called Google Color Picker. All right, so now I know exactly what green color this is. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to choose our little cheat sheet here, and I'm going to choose, let's go ahead and add this here. We'll just say light green. And I'm going to paste that hex code. Let me go ahead and put the pound sign there because that will make a difference. All right, now let's see if we have any other colors. Okay, it's going to be that. That's a little weird when you're trying to scroll. Okay, let's see if this is a different color. So let's get that green there. And it looks like it may be the same color. Let's see for sure. And it is not the same color, but that's okay. We're just going to add an additional green here. So let's say, let's go ahead and add that pound sign, and let's say bright green, and let's remind ourselves that it is the icon color, because again, want to stay organized, right? So we're going to remind ourselves that this is the bright green that's used for icons. Now let's go ahead and deactivate this this extension here because it will actually slow our browser down. That's why working in incognito is much better. Okay, we can actually close this now that we have those colors. Okay, and of course I want to save, make sure I don't have to do that again. All right, so now let's go ahead and X out of this. Let me make sure you guys don't have any questions here in the chat. Let's see, Jim is here. Hi, Jim. Hi, Cosmos. Cosmos is here. So Jim says, if we like the bright photo of the complex, am I correct in assuming that we could keep it and use dark lettering on your website? You could do anything you want to do in reality, Jim. The only reason that I'm doing this, and this is an important reason, is the congruency aspect. I'm going to swap this out and I'll show you exactly what I mean, okay? So let's go here. And you have to really think about this as the customer, okay? Because we don't want the customer, and I don't mean the customer as in our client, I mean the customer as in the lawn care customer, okay? First thing we want to do, let's go ahead and delete these because we already created a global header and footer. So just for the sake of staying organized and clean, let's get rid of this. Apparently it's being slow right now. Okay, and let's scroll down here and let's get rid of this because remember we already have that. Okay, so we'll just delete. Eventually, eventually it will delete. And let's go ahead and click here. Left click on the panel and edit element. And let's go here to background settings and let's change this image. So we're going to upload because that was our share image. Let's go ahead and upload the background here because it's the correct size. And then we will click here as soon as it uploads and save. Okay, so now we have the background image there. Okay, so let me save this because I want to show you, Jim, what I was saying. Okay, I'm going to go back to the live version here. So let's republish to make sure that it's actually live. And okay, so it's updated and all that. So if you click request an estimate, okay, it's really important that you have at least something similar to this. It doesn't really have to be exact, but having something similar is important because if you click request estimate, you see it opens in the same window and then you have the same colors, you have the same theme, the same background image. So I would suggest even if you change the image, choose something very similar, and then I would also make it dark as well. The dark just shows up better. We're using white lettering here. We want to remain congruent when we say request an estimate, since this is what Yardbook used in their iframe. We want to have request an estimate here. We want to try to remain congruent with the text that is used and all of that. So that's why I say even if you choose a different image, at least make sure that it's dark to remain congruent. Okay. So this is fairly dark enough. It does look kind of bright. I think, let's see here. I think you can change this and maybe change the transparency. No, you can't do that. I was trying to remember. I usually edit all of my images anyway before I add them there. So I was trying to see if you could adjust the opacity of the image to change it there, but I don't think that we have that capability yet. So anyway, so now we have all of this. Let's go ahead and change this. We'll just say lawn care services. Because again, we just want it to be, basically, we just want them to see and imagine what their business website could look like, okay? So we could say, what's a good headline? Let's actually search. Here's what you do. And I just recommend this to everyone. If you're creating a website, you don't know what to put, just look it up. Look up the competition. So let's say lawn care. And let's look for some really popular ones. So let's say Lawn Pride. Let's go back here. Let's see what this lawn care. Oh, well, I would definitely contact them and say, hey, you need a website or your link is broken. Look at that. That's Bartlett Lawn Care. How amazing. I just love that company. And I want to show you guys, look at our competition. Okay, there's look at all these companies that have no website. They're so thirsty for your help. Let's click here and look at their website. So they really don't have a great headline. Definitely want a better headline. Let's go, let's keep looking. See, they all need your help. Let's see, Franklin, Indiana. And see, they don't really have, let's see, this is their headline. Your total lawn landscape hardware removal. Okay, so it does say what they do. I guess they could consider this, make it your outdoors. Let's just say, for the sake of moving on, let's say lawn care service professionals who care. Okay, definitely wouldn't use that. I would definitely do some more research, but I don't want to hold you guys up. Okay, and then here I would say serving your local area. And of course, I would want to change this according to whatever client I'm prospecting, but we'll go into that once we get all of this done. And now we have this call to action. Okay, so what is our call to action? We want them to get an estimate. So let's go to the headline here. And remember, we want to use the words request an estimate. Okay, so let's actually capitalize it because that is how they did it. So we're going to say request an estimate on every button. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. And let's set the link now to our page where they can request an estimate. And we want to open in the same tab because, again, we don't want them to feel like the reason that we embedded this rather than just putting the link there is because we don't want them to feel like they left our website and went off someplace else. Okay, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and save. And that's fine. And let's scroll down here. And I actually, on our little cheat sheet, I've made a list of all the things that I like to include in the order on my websites. Okay, so we have the first fold with our call to action. Now we need the services. Okay, because we don't have an about us page, I would definitely say I would put something about the business, maybe when it was founded or, whatever. I would just add some information, maybe have a picture of the owner and his family or something like that. Now we have a section for right and advantage. You do want to put in the benefits of the business, but for this specific business, and this is what I thought about when I created my own website. What are the advantages? Yes, I could say, have a worry-free lawn, have this and that, but in reality, the people who are hiring a lawn care business, they already know the benefits. That's why the benefit is they don't have to mow their own grass. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this whole panel. All right. I'm not even going to add that there. So we don't have to have it just because it's there. So we are just going to delete. And sometimes too much information is a bad thing. Okay. So now we have our services here. But actually, I want to put our services on this section here because let's see where request estimate. I want to show you here all of the different icons. Okay, actually, let's open this up on a non-incognito window. So let me do this over here. So I'm going to pull this up. And what I want to do is I want to actually go through this quote request process. Let's just choose this. And I want to download all of these images here, okay, because this is what our services are going to be. So let's go to Galleryify. And let's just download these images here. So here's one we're going to have for mowing. So it pulls this up. Let's make sure to choose our website. So care template. Here we go. Lawn care template. All right. So we're going to say lawn mowing icon is what this image is. And let's go to, what's this one? Aeration. So we're going to download this and call this aeration. I probably didn't spell that right, but that's okay. And then let's see, seed and sod. So let's say seed and sod. Oops, can't have that little symbol there. So we'll just have a space. And then we have cleanup. So let's go ahead and get that icon as well. And save. And let's go to this one here, which is fertilization. So we'll say fertilization. I'm so thankful for spell check because I don't think I can remember to spell anything anymore because spell check always is my second guess. Okay, so we're going to say irrigation. And I still have caps lock there. So let's do tree care. Okay. And we're not going to do the other because that's not really necessary. We don't want to highlight a other service, right? Just the services that we offer. So now I can just get out of this. So now let's go back here and we can actually, since we're not really going to be using this, let's just go ahead and delete. So we'll choose delete. And eventually we'll delete. I'll take this opportunity to get a drink. Looks like Tyree is here. Hi, Tyree. Welcome. Okay, so what we're going to do is just expand this because if you didn't notice, we had, I think, 7 services. And I think for the sake of being even here, I'm just going to add 3. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to duplicate this. Okay, let's move this down. So we'll just duplicate this. Let's duplicate this. And let's duplicate this. Okay, so now we have already, we're, building this out fairly quickly. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and swap out these icons here for the ones that we just downloaded. So I'm going to go to edit the image. Let's go to general settings, change image, select file, and let's go here. Now what I want to do is click control and hold down the control button. First of all, let me get out of that folder. I don't want to upload that. But I'm going to hold control and then I'm going to left click on all of these icons here and then we're going to upload them all at one time. So the first one I'm going to use is, let's just go ahead and go left to right. So let's say seed and sod. So we can change this here. And we'll say seed and sod. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So let's left click, or you can right click and it opens up the editing. So let's go to general settings and change. Let's go to irrigation. So we'll just call this irrigation. And let's swap out this image now. And let's just go to, oops, let's just right click, get the settings. And we're going to go to aeration. So I'm just going to highlight here. Aeration. Hopefully that's spelled right. Let's go ahead and swap this image out. I'm going to right click, go to general settings, change image. What's the next one? Clean up. So let's actually, since we have to leave one off, let's leave cleanup off. So let's do tree care. We'll say tree care. And let's click here. Let's edit the image. We're going to go to general settings and lawn mowing. So we'll say mowing. And one more. Let's go ahead and click here. Go to general settings, change image. And didn't I just put that? Oh, because I think I put seed and sod. Let's see. Yeah, I put seed and sod there. What I needed was fertilization. So we're going to choose that and fertilization. Okay, fertilization. Okay. So now we have all of these images, we have all of these text here. It's congruent with our estimate. Now what we want to do though is, we want to, of course, make all these images the same size. What I like to do is actually kind of just pair them up here like this. I can see. You can also come here and then you can look at the lines, where we can add the ruler here. We can add this here. I don't want to spend too much time showing you this stuff because we have so many tutorials on all of that. And I know that the main reason that you guys are joining this training is because you want to know. It's like, that's great. We can build a website template. We have a million trainings on those, but how do you use them to make money, right? How do you use them to build up your agency? And that's what I really want to teach you guys. So excuse me if I'm flying through here. I just really want to get to the good stuff that you really want to know about, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this. I will come back through when you guys are not live and watching me, and I will do exactly what you just saw me doing. I just want to line these things up using the ruler. Another little tip, you can highlight here, like let's say I wanted all of these boxes to make sure that they are lined up correctly. You can click on the shift. And if you hold shift down and then you left click on an element, you'll see this little box pops up here, and you can line things up vertically. So if I wanted to line these two boxes up here, I would just select them and then click here to align vertically, and you see that it actually moves. You can also align horizontally. So if I hold the shift down and left click on this box, and then I keep it held down, and then left click on this box, and then left click on this box, and then I can choose horizontal, and then it will move these boxes up to where they're lined up horizontally. Okay, so now that you know how to do that, again, I don't want to waste your time doing that, so we're going to click that's fine. We just want to save where we're at. And let's keep scrolling down. Now we have our main services here, but again, we don't really need that because we're putting all of our services here, okay? So let's just delete. And if you look at our little cheat sheet here, looks like Shawana's here. Hello, Shawana. Good afternoon to you too. Let's look at our cheat sheet. So it says that, okay, we have our first fold with our call to action. We have an About Us section, which I didn't put on here, but since we don't have a page, let's go ahead and keep it. And then our services, now we need testimonials, okay? And we actually have a section for testimonials here. So let's just go ahead and we're going to use this, okay? Now, what I have on my website is a widget that I embedded that pulls in my Facebook and my Google reviews, and that is something that you can upsell on, okay? But remember, we are just creating a template. We don't necessarily want to provide a bunch of extra things. We want that to be an opportunity to upsell. Now look, we don't have any of this information here, so we're just going to delete. And then let's go ahead and it's taken a while to delete today. Let's scroll down. Now, the next thing on our list that we need is, aside from the testimonials that we just talked about, we already have on there, we need to have a location map, okay? So we can actually, if we go to add and we go to panels, let's scroll down here. There is, let me remember where it's at. There is a place that has that map, and I want to add that, but I'm trying to remember, is it the blocks? If you scroll down here, I know that there is a panel with a map. So sorry guys, let me look in here. Of course, we can always add our own, but again, it's like I want you to not use outside sources, okay? That's why I wanted to use one of these. Let's see if the VSL has it. No. 3-step thank you. No. Maybe, I don't think it's going to be the first folds, of course. Sorry, this is going to drive me nuts. 3-step thank you page, no. Now I'm just going to have to go through not animated videos, ask page, no. Business banners, I bet this is it. Maybe not. Actually, I'm thinking it's a footer now in reality. All right, let's go to footers. Oh, maybe email contacts. That's what it is. All right, so now we have, let's just choose one of these. Let's see if there's one that kind of matches the theme so we don't have to do too much work. Let's see. We don't really need a contact us. So um, let's just choose this one. So let's add it now to our website. And of course, we can change any of these things we want to. We already have our footer. So in reality, we don't really need any of the rest of this stuff except for this map. So let's decide where do we want to put that. Actually, let's just put it right here because we have this nice green panel. We definitely want to. We'll use this box as well, and we could add something here. Actually, let's delete this because we don't need this. And let's use this text and we'll just say service area. Service area is very, very important because people want to know right away before they request an estimate, before they do any of that stuff. They want to know right away, do you even serve my area? Because I don't want to waste my time, requesting an estimate and all of that stuff. People really do think about those things, and what I don't want to waste my time. That's really the gist of the whole thing. Um, Now that I'm looking at this, though, I'm thinking maybe I don't like this. Let's just delete this. We're going to delete this whole... Oh, didn't want to delete that. Let's go. We'll just add it back. I could refresh, but if I refresh, then it's not going to save my changes. So let's go back to panels, and let's just add this one here. And let's just bring this up, and as soon as we bring it up, I'm going to delete this panel because I don't need it anymore. And delete. Okay, let's go back down here. Let's move this up. And we'll move this up. And we'll keep moving, keep moving. All right, so what I want to do is actually just make this a full-size iframe. I'm just going to stretch the map all the way across the bottom. So I'm going to go to General Settings and choose Full Width. Now let's go ahead and adjust the height as well. So it's going to use this panel, but we're actually not even going to, see that color back there. So let's just adjust this a little bit. Oh, the size. I'm going to adjust the height a little. All right, now let's adjust the panel height because we don't really need that. So we have our map, and let's make sure these usually come with a default border, and this one did. And that's just because you will lose the iframe if you don't know where it's at or have a border around it while you're working with it. Okay, so we have our map there, and actually I don't really like the map there. I want the map to be at the bottom. So what we're going to do is just delete this. And we don't want them, we don't want, in this case, a typical, contact us form, because we want them to not contact us. We want them to click the button to get an estimate. Okay, so let's go ahead and just keep this down here. We have our map. Let's click here. I want to move the map to the bottom, or actually just swap these two out. So I'm going to left click in that panel. I'm going to go to Move Panels, and then I'm just going to literally swap places with this and click Move. So now it's going to rearrange the map and the reviews here. Oops, I did the wrong one. All right, so let's click here, and let's move this up to, that's what we want to do. And it will move. There we go. All right. And we could keep this here, but let's go ahead and change this to where it says request an estimate. Request an estimate. Oops. Got to spell right. Okay. And let's go ahead and set the link so we don't forget. So we'll go to page and then select an estimate. Oh, but we need that to open in the same page. That is so important. All right, in the same tab. So save and save. and that's fine. Now let's go ahead and look at the live version of our website. Let's just X out of this here. And let's X out of this, and let's republish to make sure all of our changes have been updated. And let me refresh a couple times just to make sure. Okay, so we have our global header here. We have our menu here. We have our header or our first fold. We have our call to action here. We have our About Us section, areas of service, what our clients say. We have our map here, and then we have another section here to remind them, hey, request an estimate, and then we have this down here. Now, I do want to change the color here because I don't like, I either want to use the same color or I want to use a totally different color. I'm thinking maybe the same color would make it look like one large panel. So let's go back here and let's go down to that panel and change the color. So we're going to scroll all the way down here and let's click here. Let's go to background settings, and here's the color. And we actually have already chosen that color. That's our branded color. Definitely want to change the text here because that is not a branded color, but we can change it to this one here. Okay, so let's save again, and that's fine. And I'm really, really excited about this because now we're going to see what our website looks like. Let's see. Okay. So may change that. We need to change the color that hovers over. Okay, so let's go back here. And let's go to, where is it? It's where the hover. Let's click here to edit. All right, and general colors is what it is. So when you are hovering over that button like this, you'll see that that's the hover effect, okay? So I don't like, first of all, that color is not, it doesn't look right to me. So what I want to do is change that green color to this dark color. Okay, I tend to like my hover effect. I like the background to be black and then the text to be white. So let's go. It already has the text white as the hover, and it has the background that's black now. So let's go ahead and do that. And I may end up changing that, but I'll do all of that stuff when you guys are not watching. I don't normally like to do that, but again, I've done so many tutorials on that. I don't want to bore you to death with the details in every single website that we create. Okay, so let's scroll down. This is our website template that we're going to offer. So this is the home page, and remember, the home page is really it's just a straight up cheetah page, okay? And then you go to request an estimate, it opens in the same tab. That's really important. And now we have this iframe from Yardbook that we're using. We still have our main menu up here, so they don't feel like they just skipped off into another website. And we still have our footer here, okay? So as they go through and they do their quote request, you know, this all stays within the website, all right? So they're going to choose like maybe lawn mowing, and then they can choose these options here. Maybe they want every 2 months, whatever. They have special instructions. They can type that in here. They can measure their property here. It gives them instructions. So you can see if you are the lawn care business owner and you see this type of setup instantly, and I know this from experience, instantly you're like, oh my gosh, this would save me so much time. I don't even know what to say about it. They're going to be absolutely wowed, okay? Then we also have the option for them to pay their invoice. Again, this is through Yardbook. So they're not leaving our website. We have just iframed this in. One thing about this, though, I will take off the footer here, because you'll see that this iframe actually has its own footer. If they want to go to this section or this point And the website, it's not really necessary to have the footer because they're already a customer, and all of that. So let's just go to this page while we're thinking about it, and let's just remove that footer and click save. Okay, and because that was a global element, we want to republish. Now if we go back to our page here, now you'll see there's no footer, and so you just have the iframe where they scroll down and they see yard books footer. But the cool thing is we still have our Builderall affiliate. Okay, so if this was their lawn care website and we wanted to give them to it, give it to them for free and host it on our account or whatever, and maybe we could offer a special deal if they keep this on. I mean, the sky's the limit as far as options. But for our lawn care business, I do have my affiliate tag there, because if someone sees it and they're like, wow, that's a really cool website, I want one of those, and they click on that tag, now I earn commission. Okay, so it's just another way of doing that. Okay, so all of this looks good. Let's check our little cheat sheet here. So it looks like we have created everything that we really need. We have all of these things created. Now, what we're going to do tomorrow is we are going to create our agency funnel. Okay, so we need to, it's great that we have this website template that we're going to offer our clients, but we need to have a way of giving it to them, a way of delivering. And what we want them to do is we want them to opt in to the sales funnel. Okay, and then we're going to build an email confirmation page, because we want to make sure it's a real valid email. We don't want to be filling up our email list with a bunch of bots or people who have no intention of being clients of ours. So we want an email confirmation page, and then on the thank you page, we're actually going to just put our booking calendar, because the goal here, or the main call to action for us as an agency, we want to set that appointment. We don't want to give them this website template unless they show up for the appointment, because that is what's going to actually push them to show up. Okay, a lot of times when you book appointments, people don't show up. So you really want to give them a benefit for showing up. Now, of course, in the booking calendar, we can integrate SMS, text messages, and emails, and all of that stuff. So we can remind them of the meeting and remind them, hey, let me help you get all of this set up. So make sure you show up to your appointment, and I'll give you the website template. We'll do all of these things for you. However you do that part is based on however you want to promote it. Maybe you just want to be just promote Builderall, and then you give them this template and you set up their Builderall account and show them how to edit things. Maybe you want to say, hey, here's the website template, let me do all this for you, I'll host it for you, I'll charge you hosting, blah blah blah. Okay, so you can do this as a Builderall affiliate, or you could do this in your agency, and it's totally up to you. And in that meeting, you should be deciding, that should be the first question you get answered in listening, actively listening to them, is this a client who wants everything done for them? They want to be very hands-off. That's when you go the agency approach. And if it is someone who's like, well, I can't really afford to hire anybody, I'll just do it myself, those are the people you want to approach as a Builderall affiliate, and then just help them get their account set up, and you still earn commissions with Builderall. You could even say, hey, I'll do all this for $200, and then you can have it, I'll transfer it to your account. So lots of options there. But anyway, tomorrow, that's what we're going to work on. We're going to start creating our agency funnel, and then we're going to go prospecting. We are going to get us some local business clients. I'm going to show you exactly what I would do to promote all of this. So we're going to do like a real life case study. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go build it with Builderall. Thank you so much for joining me for today's live training. Don't forget to text the word live to 1317-623-4596 so you never miss a training, and click the link above or below this video to join the